this is what we mean by everything is controlled as well. Social media, they choose what you see. They choose what to show you. That's why you think Edward Snowden is a traitor. That's why you think Andrew Tate is a misogynist. Like, that's why everything, you know? Because the human, like, a person is not going to be interested in digging deeper, right? Like, you're not going to see Edward Snowden's a traitor. Oh, well, damn. Like, he's in Russia. Oh, well, he probably did something really bad because he knows he shouldn't be here. No. That dude literally exposed that we have no privacy in these phones or whatever. He exposed everything, and he knew that it was going to be unfair, his trial, right?
So, like, Edward Snowden exposed that the NSA and, like, any, like, major secret organization was collecting data on all of us, right? And they claim to be collecting data in order to prevent terrorist attacks, right? But Edward Snowden was one of the top contractors for the NSA, I think for the CIA as well. And he was, like, kind of overlooking the information of the secret, what's it called?
NSA.
No, the secret programs that they had going on. So he felt in his moral, like, according to his morals and principles, he felt like whatever the NSA, the CIA was doing in order to collect data from us, American citizens, was morally wrong and unconstitutional. So that's why he whistle blew, right? So he whistle blew, and after he whistle blew, everyone called him a traitor. Everyone was making sure that they got their agenda across, that Edward Snowden was a terrible man and a traitor and all that stuff. But it turns out that whatever he exposed was deemed unconstitutional by the courts. So what he did was actually good for us, right? I mean, if you're any human with the brain, you could understand that if your neighbor is watching you every single time you're grilling in your backyard and making sure he knows everything you're talking about, you're conversing about with the people that you care about, you're going to know that neighbor is pretty sketchy. And you're not going to accept that that neighbor is, doing it for a good reason. Like, why would your neighbor do that? So that's basically what Edward Snowden did. The neighbor was the NSA. You were talking amongst anyone on your phone, any single app you have, any photo you have. That's the people you were conversing with. So he exposed that the neighbor was watching us, and it was deemed unconstitutional by the courts. That's what Edward Snowden did. And now he's in Russia.
Years after that, years after he whistle blew, then it was deemed unconstitutional. And then they had to switch the laws in order for it to be legal.
Mm-hmm.
They still didn't change,
Mm-hmm.
Like, he basically violated the Espionage Act.
Yeah.
And when someone whistleblows and violates the Espionage Act, their trial isn't fair.
Yeah.
So in trial, he would have to go to trial. He can't tell the judge or the jury why he whistleblew, why he did what he did, why he exposed whatever he exposed. He can't tell anyone why he did it at all. He's just, if the judge only knows that he violated the Espionage Act, then he's just going to get prosecuted and sent to jail for however many years. You know, and that's what has happened to many whistleblowers in the past.
Yep.
Whether they were for the good of the people or not, it doesn't matter. We don't know, because they're not allowed. With that act, they're not allowed to tell the jury or anyone why they did what they did, and he knew that that was going to happen, that it wasn't going to be fair. And that's why he left to Russia.
Yeah.
He went and asked for sanctuary over there. And that's why he's still over there. He even says himself, like, I'll come back. I want to come back to the U.S., but I just want a fair trial. I want to tell the judge and the jury why I did what I did, and then they can prosecute me. Whatever it is, if I go to jail, I go to jail. It's fine. He has made his bed, and he understands it, and he's going to lay in it, but it's not if it's unfair. And I think he's right.
But he didn't want to go to Russia. When he was leaving the country, he wanted to go to, like, some South American country, right? And I think the U.S. got in contact with Bolivia or one of those companies, and they were like, if Edward Snowden lands here, we are going to, like, they were threatening that country. I don't know exactly what they threatened them with, but he got stuck in Russia. He didn't choose to be in Russia. He got stuck there because he was escaping, because the trial that he was going to get was not going to be fair because of what you said.
Yeah.
He's not going to get a ability to tell the jury or the judge why he did it. It's brave men like that, like brave men that go against the system. Edward Snowden, Andrew Tate. Brave men get fricked up by the system because those brave men have morals and they have principles. And they understand that the system is trying to control all of us. All of us. They're trying to control all of us.